On to this stunning new warning on the U.S.'s dependence on China. Experts and politicians saying that the nation is the world's #1 supplier of ingredients for pharmaceutical medicines. Brian Yennis is live in New York with more on this. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Sandra. Well, experts warn we've become way too reliant on China to make our medicines, our painkillers, antibiotics, vitamins, even aspirin can mostly be sourced to a country the Department of Defense recognizes as an adversary. According to Food and Drug Administration statistics, at least 80% of the active ingredients found in all of America's medicines come from abroad, primarily from China. And it's not just the ingredients. China wants to become the world's dominant generic drug maker. So far, Chinese companies are making generics for everything from high blood pressure meds to chemotherapy drugs. 90% of America's prescriptions are for generics. Author of China RX, Rosemary Gibson, says this is all part of China's plan.
In 5 to 10 years, we are at risk of losing our generic drug industry, because China will use the same playbook and undercut our own producers and drive them out of business. That's already happening.
As the trade war continues, China is now threatening to weaponize rare earth minerals. The national security concern now is what happens if China wants to, say, cut the supply for our medicines or alter its quality. Many of the medicines used on our own troops and veterans can also be sourced back to China.
I have no doubt that they would consider weaponizing their dominance of the pharmaceuticals market if they felt that that would give them an advantage over us strategically.
The U.S. Commission on China is holding a hearing on this threat on July 31st. Sandra, experts say the first step is identifying what drugs are made in China. Under the law, pharmaceutical manufacturers are not required to disclose where they get their ingredients.
What a story. Brian Yennis, thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Is the economy now showing